are we all doing? It is wonderful to be back live a week on from where I said that this week I was going to be digging a massive hole and yes, actually installing the Alton Towers Bookworm into the world of theme parks here. So good evening to everybody who's just joined us tonight for this live stream. It is a merchandise tour, so I've got the camera just actually in front of me here in my hand, so it's not on a tripod, so I do apologise if it's a little bit shaky tonight. I'll try not to make it too much like that, but yes, I am not on the tripod. I'm freehand tonight. Well, that's because I'm going to be taking you around here in the world of theme parks, and I've never actually done a live stream before in this much detail about my merchandise, because there's been a lot of changes here in the world of theme parks. As of course you all know, the Bookworm is now fully installed in here. You can see it in the thumbnail. You can see it of course over on social media and the images that I've put on. So I'm going to be getting straight into that shortly. I'm not going to keep you for too long with that one. I'm going to go straight into it, and then I'm going to go round and talk all about the different signage. Now, anybody who knows my collection of theme park memorabilia well will know that I used to have hundreds of mugs, over 300 in fact, up on all of the walls. There was shelves all the way around on the walls full of mugs. Now, to actually make way to actually have the Bookworm in here and display some more of the signage, what I've had to do with the mugs is actually box them up and wrap them up, because I just don't have the space, unfortunately. And as time has gone on, obviously, you know, I've started to collect a lot more real items from the parks. You can think, like with theme park mugs, they're absolutely fantastic. However, the things that anybody can buy, and over the past few years I've really tried to get a lot more unique items, and that is exactly what I'm going to show you here tonight. So like I said, I'm not going to keep you hanging on for much long. About a minute's time, we're going to have a little look, of course, over at the Bookworm and see exactly what it's like. But good evening to everybody joining us tonight. Just want to say once again to anybody who's just joined us, might be a little bit shaky, not quite as bad as that, but I am just doing it freehand tonight, just because I'm going to be taking you round in the world of theme parks and showing you things. So yeah, people saying I should get a bigger shed. Honestly, I wish I had the space. At the moment, just don't have the room for it. But yeah, you know, at some point in the future, I'd like to have all the mugs on display again, and of course, all of the larger items. So, good evening to everybody who's watching. Let us know down in the comments, where are you watching from tonight? Of course, I would love to know. Charlotte's also down there in the video comments tonight, so let's have a big hello to Charlotte down there. She's, of course, looking after you all tonight. So, yeah, should we get straight into it then? I'll spin you round so you can see him. Here he is, the Alton Towers Bookworm, and what I'll do in just a second, of course I know all the signage and everything's all flipped the other way, so what I'm going to do shortly, I'm using my front facing camera, I'm going to flip it round and have it the other way. But there you go, here he is, he's installed, and yeah, there's the big hole that we've dug. And you might be thinking it's not actually that big of a hole. Well, luckily we didn't have to dig down as far as we thought. We thought initially it could be, you know, 2.5 feet, something like that, but it's not actually been too bad. About 1 foot we've had to dig down, so not too bad. Still took a full day to do, but like I say, in a moment I'll flip the camera around and we'll have a closer look. Firstly, just wanted to say, if you haven't already seen it, check out the series we put on last year. We did a 5-part series, me and my dad, who helped with the restoration. A big part of this being done was thanks to my dad. So yeah, what we did a 5-part series restoring the Bookworm during the first lockdown, and of course what happened after that is he had to just go into storage, which was basically meant it was just in the side in here, and I didn't have really space to have him on display because all the mugs were everywhere. The whole back wall there was full of the mugs, so we really had to, you know, make some decisions over the past sort of few months as to what I wanted to do. When I first got the Bookworm from Alton Towers, then he used to sit just outside here under like a bit of a shelter. It was outside at Alton Towers, there was no issues with him being outside. But after us putting all the effort in with the restoration, I wanted to make sure that, you know, we actually have him on display properly, you know, and that is exactly why he's been brought inside, because I don't want him to get damaged anymore. Don't want him to start getting weathered or anything like that. So we've got Jenny down there tonight. Thank you for your super chats. Honestly, thanks for your support as always, Jenny. She's one of the biggest fans of the channel that we've got, so thank you so much for your support. So here we go. Yes, the Bookworm, like I say, it was installed at Alton Towers in 1996. It stayed there all the way through until CBeebies Land actually took over the area in 2014. It was removed from Alton Towers in that winter, the winter of 2013. So yeah, the Smiler's opening year, and I actually found the bookworm chucked on the floor. Wires had all been ripped out. A lot of the parts that made it an animatronic had already been ripped out, and it was a massive job to actually restore this. In fact, I donated money to the Merlin Magic Wands charity because this was just going to be scrapped, and I thought, well, you know what, I'll donate some money to charity. It supports a fantastic cause, and also I get to restore a piece of my childhood and a lot of other people's childhoods too. So yeah, that is exactly why I've got him just here. So what I'm going to do shortly is flip the camera around just here, so bear with me, just so we can have a little look at this. So here we go, let me spin you around. Hey, oh, there we go. It's weird not being on a tripod tonight. There we go. It's okay for everybody. Should be. Big shout out to Joe B. He's already sent us a few super chats tonight. So thank you, Joe, for all of your support. We really do appreciate it. So yes, here he is in position, the Alton Towers Bookworm. Now you might be thinking, hang on a minute, he looks very yellow and he looks very blue on his face. That isn't how he's being painted. That's some of the lighting. We've got a bit of lighting up here. That's just a standard light, but I've got these nice little power cans up here that I've actually installed, and you're looking at all the signage probably and thinking, oh, I want to know more about it. Well, I'm going to be going through all these signs during this live stream. I just wanted to show you the worm first. So basically it was just too big to stand up in here. You know, I mean, you look at him just over here, that's the roof of the World of Theme Parks, and yeah, we've just got it so he fit in. Now the reason why we had to actually have a little gap at the top there as well, which because to actually lift the head on, you have to lift it up and kind of into place down part of the mechanisms at the back, and I'll take you around there shortly. But yeah, someone was saying it's a reminder of them watching them the series. Honestly, if you haven't already seen it, definitely check it out. Honestly, I'm sure you'd really enjoy the 5-part series if you haven't already seen it. But yes, here's a little look then at the foundations that we've done. So I'm going to get down just here to show you. So yeah, this gives you a bit of an idea. Now, a lot of people, I think, thought last week when I said I was going to be digging a hole, they thought that we were actually going to dig the hole and then just bury the worm and like have soil across here. That isn't the case, as you can see, because that would cause a lot of damage to it. We'd have damp issues and all sorts. So I've actually filmed a video of digging this hole, and that's going to be coming tomorrow here on the channel. So make sure that you stay tuned for that one. There's going to be a special video tomorrow all about digging this hole. You'll see me with my wheelbarrow sorting all this out. So yeah, that's quite a fun one. So that's coming up tomorrow. It'll be on at some point in the morning so you can see it. But yeah, like I say, you know, with this, we didn't just dig the hole and bury back in mud. What we actually had to do was firstly dig out the hole, and then we actually put like a waterproof, damp-proof lining all the way around the side. And then after that, we then put like a tarpaulin all around the side. Then wooden panels. There's 2 layers of wooden panels all the way around and on the floor too. And then, of course, we just finished it off with some tape for now around the side. However, that'll possibly get replaced with maybe a strip of wood and like an RGB strip light at some point in the future. That's the plan with that one. But yeah, that's kind of a little look at the hole down there. I mean, I can't really, how can I show you the sort of size of it? There you go. So that's it. So yeah, it's about a foot deep. So we didn't have to go down as far as what we wanted. Thank you again, Joe, for your support. Honestly, really do appreciate it. And everybody give Charlotte a nice big hello tonight down in the comments too. Honestly, Charlotte really helps out so much with the challenge. She's a big part of it. I know you're all missing her so much in the vlogs, but she will be back in them videos again soon. Also, we got Hayden Brown Knights, huge fan of the channel and can't wait for the vlog. So thank you, Hayden, for your super chat tonight. So yeah, worm's looking good. I know quite a few people were actually saying, oh, how come you know, the actual magnifying glass here and the book wasn't in place? Well, all that just literally comes off. You know, you unscrew all this just whilst we're bringing it into place. It stops there being any damage. So yeah, that's exactly why we did that. Big shout out tonight to Lewis, who said, yeehaw, Shawn, love the Planet Coaster videos. Me and my girlfriend Bethany wish we could actually attend one of your parks. Honestly, if I ever win the Euro Millions at one time, I'll end up building a theme park probably. So yeah, one of them might come to true. But there you go. Thank you so much for your support tonight. Really do appreciate it. So yes, let's go around the back, shall we, just hear the worm, so I can kind of explain what I mean. So might be a little bit dark around here, but you can actually see there is a back panel for this, but I've not attached it at the moment because I'm still kind of working it on the inside just to clean it out a little bit, just to make sure that it's better. But yeah, you can actually see there, that's actually the point where this just here is where it actually screws onto the top. So that is why the head you know, it took a lot more effort to actually get on than anything else, actually. But you know what? It is worth it. It looks great, though, doesn't it? I'm really pleased with him. And like I say, we've just fit him in nicely. I'm going to stand a little bit further back as well, so you can see him there. Big shout out to Ellie N, who's watching tonight. Looks great. Keep up the good work. Love the videos. Thank you, Ellie, for your support. We can't wait to be back in the park soon. Honestly, what a month to go, isn't it? Until the theme parks are going to be reopening, and we cannot wait. So there we go. Nearly all from the Bookworm for now. We'll come back to him later. And of course, you're still going to see him throughout the shots as I'm showing you some different signage and other items. But the one final thing I want to show you with the Bookworm, because I noticed a few comments, was these down here. What's this? So these are actually some of the original animatronic mechanisms, of course, that were actually inside the structure. Now, as I mentioned, unfortunately, when I found this lying on the floor at Alton Towers, a lot of the sort of the parts that made it an animatronic, without getting too technical, a lot of them working parts had already been ripped out, a lot had already been damaged. However, there was a couple of bits that was still in, including these two bits here. Now, this was actually all part of there was a massive steel girder up in the whole inside of the structure. Now, most of that had already been removed by Alton Towers before I actually had it. Maybe a scrap metal or something, as much as it saddens me to say it, but I imagine that's what happened. But luckily, we managed to save these couple of bits just here. So yeah, this is some of the original workings for the Bookworm. My plan is to actually have these kind of in display in like a glass cabinet at some point with some lighting around, just to make them look really nice. But yeah, that's exactly what we've got just down here with those. So that's some of the original workings from inside. And whilst we're at it, I said I'll move on to something else for now, but I'm still going to show you whilst we're here. These are actually some of the original parts as well from bits that we've replaced. So this, of course, was originally in the magnifying glass here. So this was just in there. That kind of shows how dirty and horrible it was. You can't even really tell there's one there now. You can see a little bit of a reflection, but of course we completely replaced the perspex in there. But I'd never get rid of the older ones, you know, because I like to I like to keep those too. I think it's really important to, to celebrate the history. We've got It's Jodie who's watching us tonight. Love all the videos and miss Bubbleworks. Oh, you missed Bubbleworks? Well, I've got something that you're going to love coming up for this stream tonight. And then we've got Emilian Stern. I think I'm saying your name right. Thank you very much for your support tonight. We've got Paul Hayes who's watching. Brilliant restoration. Loving all the content. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate that. So, yes, down here, we've got some more little bits. So, of course, these are actually some of his original eyes. So these, of course, were up in the top just here. So I'll take you around. They were kind of like that. That is in the condition that this Bookworm was in before. However, we completely replaced those and put some new ones just inside there. And then, of course, you've got some other smaller little bits here. This was actually part of his glasses. So I know how important glasses are, wearing them myself. So there we go. They were inside the glasses there. It gives you an idea on the left there how it looked before I started the restoration with my dad, and then on the right just there how it looks now. And of course we put brand new perspex in all of those. But like I say, it's important to keep the originals too. You know, I like to keep those. Then down here is some skin. So this is some of the rubber skin. Now, because there was a lot of movement on this, the whole of this top front section was rubber. Not the bottom part, that was fiberglass, but this top part was rubber. As we knew it was never going to fully move again because of a lot of the stuff that had been ripped out by Alton Towers, we did decide to remove parts of the skin here that was all ripped, and then, of course, completely replace that and make it match all the way down, because the Bookworm didn't always used to stand up straight. He actually used to sort of tilt forward as well. So yeah, I decided to keep some of his skin just there because, you know, why not? There we go. Who else have we got watching tonight? We got Tomorrow, there we go, who's watching from, so thank you very much for your support. You met us over in Orlando in 2019. Keep up the fantastic work. We've got Jamie Falconer watching. Hi guys, your vlogs and Planet Coaster videos have been my lockdown addiction. Can't wait to get back on some coasters. Keep up the good work, guys. Honestly, thank you so much for your support tonight. We really do appreciate it. So I know we've got a few fans of Bubbleworks from Chessington World of Adventures down there in the comments. So let's spin round to this side so we can see this little fella. So this is my Bubble Man. Now, he was actually in the finale scene of Bubbleworks at Chessington. Now, he also has a plunger. At the moment, that plunger is just over here. So there you go. You can see it's next to my my drink tonight. There you go. Just an orange again. But yeah, there he is next to the next to the plunger. So yeah, that's actually going to be going back over here at some point in the future. Now, there was a lot of holes and stuff in this, so I'm actually trying to get this fixed up. So we've done a bit of fiberglass work and filler work down here on the front. Going to be touching some of the paint work, like we need some yellow just over on the side here, a little bit more on his nose, but we need to be really careful with this one because of course you can see like the different shades of pink on his face there. We don't want to take all that away from it, so I just want to be really careful touching these bits in. The way I see it is, when it comes to this sort of thing, if you take too much away from it, it's going to lose how authentic it is. And with the bookworm, it was hard because it was pretty much scrap, this was. And luckily I managed to get it and save it, which I'm really pleased about. But yeah, with something like this, what doesn't need too much doing to it, it's, making sure that we don't do too much and take away, how nostalgic it is. But also, it still needs repairing little bits like this. Talking of repair work, we've got this little fella just down here. So this is actually from the flume, of course, located at Alton Towers. It's now where it was removed, and of course it's where Wicker Man was built. Now, yeah, with this, this little fella actually used to sit on the sign. So if you remember when you walked down the queue line for the flume, there was all signs, and you did like a little quiz answering different questions along the way. So yeah, that's where this little guy's from, and he's really heavy. Like, he's not made of fiberglass. He's made from like a filler, or it feels like concrete. He's very heavy. Unfortunately, he has got a damaged wing just over here, as you can see. So we will be able to repair that. We're going to do some filler work on it to get that repaired at some point. But yeah, I got a nice flume duck just down here. Thank you very much to everybody who's giving super chats tonight. Honestly, we really do appreciate it. I've said it before, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Anybody who does donate, it all goes straight back in, of course, to funding the channel and getting out there and enjoying the parks. We've got Glenn Salmon who's watching tonight. 5-year-old Jensen, big shout out to you, and thank you so much for watching. You love the vlogs. We can't wait to be back in the park soon filming a vlog. Now, I was speaking just about what we're going to do actually with the wing just over here on the flume dock. Well, let me take you over to Willis the Goat just over here. Now, this is a goat, of course, from Pirate Adventure, the old dark ride that used to be at Drayton Manor. Another local park to me. I absolutely loved it there. Now, with this fella, this horn over on the side here was completely damaged. Like, of course, this one on the left is looking fine. This one was completely damaged. So what we've done recently, this is not finished yet, is we've got the filler. So you can kind of see the horn still started here. But then, of course, it needed some work doing. So what we've done is added like a metal spine up the inside, and then some body filler around the top just to kind of get the shape. What the next plan with this is, we'll be completely rubbing that down, and then of course applying some more filler and then doing the grooves all the way across, because as you can see, we need the grooves like that. At the moment, it's really messy, but that will get sorted out at some point in the future. The good thing is now, with how this has been designed in here, these restoration projects I can really crack on with a lot easier, and of course my dad can help me as and when, to get these restoration projects done. So should we start having a little look at some of the signage and stuff around? Of course, we've got the London Dungeon stocks just over here as well. I'll mention these for anybody who doesn't know about them actually whilst we're seeing them here, but yeah, with these, they are genuine. These are the stocks that used to be at the Tooley Street London Dungeon. Many celebrities over the years have actually put their arms into the sides just there, and of course put the little hands through and the head right there in the middle. This was part of the photo opportunity at the dungeons. You still see the newer ones of these now, but yeah, this is a genuine item. It's not been homemade. With this, there's going to be no painting or restoration work done to it, because I like how authentic this is. You can see at the top here kind of how it's been worn away. With this, it just gets cleaned on a regular basis, not even using anything what's going to cause any damage to it. Literally just a bit of water every so often, just to clean it, only very lightly. I don't use any sprays or polish or anything on that, because it would start to get damaged. So just a light bit of water on there, just to kind of to keep that in a better condition. We've got UK Spurs fan forever who's watching tonight. You can no longer visit theme parks due to health conditions. Oh no, but you love watching the channel and vlogs, and it really helps you enjoy the theme parks. Thank you for your super chat tonight. I'm very sad to hear about your health condition, but I really do hope that you'll be able to enjoy our vlogs from the parks this year, and it'll make you feel like you're back in the park. So thank you very much for your support. We've got Planet Co Matthews watching tonight. Thank you very much for your super chat too. We really do appreciate it. Right then, so we're going to look behind the bookworm just here now at some signage. Now, some of these signs you're never going to have seen before in any videos on this channel. In fact, I'm going to go around this side of the worm. You forget how big he is, to be honest. Like, you try and get down the side there and you just can't do it. So yeah, like with this signage here, this has never actually been on display here at the World of Theme Parks. Now, you might have seen this actually last week before the bookworm's head was put in. It was a lot easier to see then than it is now. But it's in place there on the back. Harry says, bookworm is taking centre stage. He is indeed. That's where he belongs. Dean has said, wow, I painted those stocks when I worked at the dungeons. That's amazing, Dean. I love that. And your paint's still going to be on there because, like I say, I won't be touching that. I like how authentic they are, and especially with so many celebrities that have already put their heads and arms through there. But yeah, this is, of course, from Drayton Manor, and this is a brilliant sign. I love these older theme park signs like this that have actually been painted. You know, no vinyls in sight, like some of the newer signs, like the one just above it there. These are really nicely painted and looked after. Now, at the top here, you can see some rope. The rope that you can see there, that is actually from Pirates Adventures Queue Line, the dark ride that closed at Drayton Manor. They actually held an auction at the park, and yeah, I managed to get some of the rope, along with these massive knockers just here as well. So there we go. Look at these. Now you look at them and think, blimey, they're probably really heavy. They're not. In fact, these are one of the lightest things that I've got in my collection. I've got two massive knockers. I've got one just here and then one over on that side there as well. And yeah, with these, they're made of fiberglass. I'm thinking with these, I might do a little bit of painting up on the sides, but in terms of all this middle section, I really like kind of how authentic it is. Like I say, you know, unless it's in a really bad state, like the bookworm was, I don't like doing too much to it. So yeah, Mark says that's some big knockers. They are huge, but they fit nicely up there on the wall, because if I go a little bit further back, I've got to be careful not to fall into a massive hole now. There you go. If we go a bit further back, they line up perfectly at either side just there of the bookworm, which is good. And we tried to get him as straight as we can. He's a little bit off to the right, but it'll do for me. Adam says, great knockers. I'm glad that you like them. Like I say, they're authentic over from Drayton Manor, of course, from their dark ride that closed. So yeah, I've got a few items. I've actually got something else from Pirate Adventure, and for this one, and I actually need to open the door. So yeah, should we spin round this way? Now, with the doors here, they're not very glamorous at the moment. It's like the least glamorous part of the room, as you can see with the doors. My plan is with this to actually do like some theme park wall-wide artwork, but I'm actually going to take you outside now. This is a bit of a, there we go, a bit of an exclusive. Let's take you just outside here. There we go. So if I just go a little bit lower for you all here. There you go. This is recently just being restored. This is a cannon from Pirate Adventure. So the reason that this is outside is because he won't fit inside, but with this being just fiberglass, of course, it doesn't matter if it gets rained on and that sort of thing. You know, it sits just at the side just here. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. It might be a little bit dark out here, so I do apologise, but yeah, that's a huge cannon that I've got just out there. So yeah, that's really cool. What I'd like to do is actually get a smoke machine kind of like attached in the back of it, and then kind of send you know, the smoke so it's coming out of the end possibly. But yeah, that's something that I'd like to do. We've got Papa H who's watching tonight. Great collection. Alexander and Elliot say hi, and we all love your videos. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate it. Now, over at the side just here, I don't think you're going to see it, but I've actually got a massive gun on the wall there. You can just kind of make out the end of the trigger just there. Unfortunately, you can't see that at the moment, but I am working on some new lighting, which is going to go out there at some point in the future. So there we go. Let's get that all locked up. That's it. Just to make sure it's you know, nobody comes and disturbs us tonight during the live stream. The local wildlife around here, of course, near Alton Towers. Now a lot of people are saying, right, hang on a second, how have you got all of this stuff? Now, the answer to that one is, of course, we're very well known now here at Theme Park Worldwide by a lot of the theme parks out there, and a lot of them do like to donate items, or I'll offer them some money. If they've got a charity, I'll donate to that charity, and then get the items. But with a lot of the things, you know, I have got for, you know, either free or, like I say, very, you know, not much at all, you know, which of course is fantastic, the fact that I've managed to get these things and preserve them. There's also as well quite a lot of items that I've got here that I did get during my time working at Alton Towers. Now, of course, with Alton Towers, I worked there for many years, about 8 years, in various different roles. And if it didn't work at Alton Towers, I would have never got the bookworm just here, along with lots of the other smaller items as well that are in my collection. Some more of the signage that I'm going to show you. I got it during my time at Alton Towers. Even though I've not worked there now for 3 years, some of the signage and stuff that I've got is more recent than that. And that's because of people I still know who work at the park. They actually hold like sales and stuff in their staff canteen sometimes, selling like old bits of signage and clothes from the parks, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you know, I've got friends, of course, who still work there who get me things as well. And of course, I'll give them the money back for that. So that's kind of how I managed to get a collection like this. But talking of Alton Tower, some of my favourite signage, let's go down to this one just here. It used to be around the window. Now, if you watch any of my Wicker Man updates from the construction of Wicker Man, or of course Secret Weapon 8 as it was known during this stage of the construction, then this was actually all around the construction site. Can you remember walking down that pathway and there was a window looking out on the construction site? Well, the window was just there. I mean, I've put some Nemesis plans just in there, but yeah, of course you've got that was the window. So with this, it was actually given to me by the construction team who were working over on Wicker Man, because they said, oh, you know, I was down there all the time, either every day when I was at work, I was down there having a little look, and of course on my days off I was there filming updates. So yeah, they actually gave me this. So yeah, you can't see it fully because Willis, the big goat just here, has got his bum down there in the way, but it says world class coasters. But yeah, it does say world class coasters all the way across there. We've got Peter. The best thing he brought back from Alton Towers was Charlotte. Definitely, honestly, Charlotte is absolutely amazing. She really is, and I love her very much. She's amazing. She's down there in the comments tonight. So yeah, say hello to Charlotte. This is who I bought the goat for. Like, this is for Charlotte one day. It's going to be in our living room. This one, we're going to get it inside and put it in the living room next to the fireplace. How about that, Charlotte? So yeah, this is from Secret Weapon 8. I may as well show you these Nemesis plans whilst I'm down here as well. So these are like some of the original concepts for Nemesis. I bought these from Alton Towers because they were selling them. Obviously, they're not the originals, but it's like a mood board. So yeah, I bought that and I thought, why not? I've also got one up the top just here, which is interesting. This was like a mood board for Dark Forest. And as you can see, it says Merlin Studios up there at the top. And it also has got a picture of Indiana Jones from Disneyland Paris. So whether they were just looking at the theming on that, like with all the rock work and landscaping, or whether they were thinking of putting in something like that, I don't know. But yeah, that's quite interesting. Bear in mind, all this this concept art, it's got the date on the back and this mood board. It's actually from 2008. So we're going back quite a way. And if we look down here, there's also a wooden coaster on there as well. So what's quite interesting is, of course, you know, the fact that they've got a wooden coaster on there, it just shows, doesn't it, how Alton Towers have always wanted a woody. They've put plans in over the years, and you can look at this, like all this concept art, like little moving parts, and at the top here, Expedition Everest with the track broken. You know, they're looking at all this sort of stuff with how to re-theme Rita, and of course as well do all the theming around 13. Moving over to the side then with some signage, we've got this from the Haunted Mansion that looks very spooky in the green light. Now, this isn't genuine as in it was the one from the ride, but Disney did make some replicas of the beautiful Haunted Mansion signage, and I bought this and managed to bring it back somehow from America in a suitcase without it getting damaged. But now I'm really pleased that went well. But yeah, that is from the Haunted Mansion. Big shout out tonight to Stephen Bissett, loving the live streams. Would be great if you did some more historical videos, especially about Alton Towers. Loved the Gardens ones last year. Well, Stephen, definitely some plans to do some more live streams in the futures. I'm actually planning on doing some live streams from the parks themselves this year. So let me know in the comments, what do you think to that? And Charlotte will be back in the videos very soon too. So thank you for your support. We've got Maz who's watching tonight. Along with that, why not some colourful solar flowers outside? They're great. Check Amazon. I will do. Yeah, I'm going to look at some more lighting for outside because, like I say, I've put in these par cans just at the top here, which are really cool, actually. Let me just tilt that down. So, yeah, these par cans are great for just lighting things up in here because you can kind of look compared to my hand. They're very small. I think they were par 26, something like that. But yeah, it's great because obviously, you know, I can just have them colour fade in or changing colours or just move them around, you know, which is always good fun. Should we have a look at some more signage that I've got then? Some of the newer items, actually, that I've managed to acquire. So, yeah, you can see here a nice signage from Alton Towers. This, of course, was all when they were building Wicker Man. So, yeah, this was actually, I believe, up in Gloomy Wood, which was kind of up on the posts just there. So, yeah, I managed to get that one. One here from Dark Forest. This is a nice one, actually. Good quality. It's, yeah, it's like a proper metal sign, that one, whereas this one's more like a covered cardboard sort of idea. Yeah. I can't really remember now what the exact word for it is, but there you go. But yeah, this is a nice one when there was work taking place down in Dark Forest. This is an interesting one over here. I found this when I worked at Alton Towers and I asked if I could have it. And yeah, you know, they said it was fine for my collection. Alton Towers, where wonders never cease. You got like Twix, Mars bars, Galaxy Dove. Anybody remember all those? So with them, yeah, that was actually on display on one of the kiosks at Alton Towers, and we were doing some cleaning out over winter, and yeah, I managed to get that. They said that I could have it for my collection, so yeah, I managed to get that one. That was the thing when you know, when I worked at Alton Towers, we've been very well known for doing the videos, which I'm really grateful for. A lot of the management, when things were being thrown away or if we were sorting things out, they just said, yeah, you can have them, or I gave some money to charity to Merlin's Magic Wand, you know, so it's nice to manage to, you know, to save this stuff. At the top just there, I got a sign from Oakwood Theme Park, of course, when Drenched used to be known as Hydro. This is one from the Alton Towers Hotel just there at the top, all about, of course, the big ship in the middle of the hotel, and you can see it there up in the top corner. We've got a nice piece of Scarefest signage just here as well, with all the different dates on there and all about the information for Scarefest, of course, that ran that year. Moving down a little bit further now, we've got an entrance sign. This is actually from Camelot Theme Park, from the powered, well, I say the powered coaster, the diesel powered coaster that they used to have. That is exactly from Camelot Theme Park, and I managed to get that from somebody who was working at the park at a time after it had closed, doing some clearance work. So yeah, that's a good one. This was given to me by the lovely team down at Paulton's Park at Lost Kingdom. Of course, they did a couple of preview days. Doesn't look like that's going to be happening for Tornado Springs, unfortunately, due to the pandemic. However, we're still going to be there on the opening day. But yeah, at the end of the preview day, they actually gave me this lovely sign just to actually put on display down here at the World of Theme Parks. Couple of different ones up here then. Walkway to the Roller Coaster Restaurant. That's another nice one that was actually given to me by the Roller Coaster Restaurant, Alton Towers. Transfer brake open before reducing brake. That is actually from Nightmare, that was demolished actually last year at Camelot Theme Park. Then yeah, with that, again, that was given to me by somebody who was doing some clearance work at the time. So yeah, that's actually from Nightmare. A lockers sign, just at the top there, smoking sign. Ticket sales open, that's like a retro sign. So when the kiosks actually got demolished at Alton Towers and they completely redid the entrance area, that was one of the ones just from up there. So yeah, I managed to get that. Let's carry on down this way. We've got annual pass and pushchairs sign. So like I say, with that sign, it was actually up on the main entrance turnstile to Alton Towers. They did some clearance work and repaint work and completely replaced the signage. So yeah, that is why I got that one up the top. This is a nice one, Nemesis 21. That was actually on display at Nemesis. They just covered over the signage during the 21st birthday of Nemesis. And then just underneath it here, one of my favourite ever signs, which is actually a monorail sign, which has been painted. Now, I've got a few of these different monorail signs, but yeah, this is gorgeous. This, how it's been painted, like all the different notches around the side. In fact, if I spin around this way, there we go. And you can see some of these other ones that I've got. So yeah, I've got the fast track sign. A lot of people have always asked me about this, whether the monorail did have fast track. Well, it did at one point. Guests with advance book tickets or season tickets did have fast track entrance to the monorail. And the sign is absolutely amazing. It really is. So yeah, I do love that one. One of my favourites in my collection. Along with some of these small ones, a couple of different monorail queue time ones. One says, I think it's 5 minutes from this point, and this one says 15 minutes from this point. My laptop's in the way over there. Tell you what, I'm going to have to find out now. There we go. 10 minutes, sorry, that one says, from this point. Let's carry on around this way. The bookworm's watching me. Yes, I do keep talking about your home, Alton Towers. Let's go around this way then. And some more signage. Got this Rita sign here. This is a nice one. Again, it's a nice metal sign. If this gate is closed, use the ride exit. And I do really like the Rita branding just on there. So yeah, I'm pleased with that one. Just off to the left here, we've got a weather notice. This was given to me by Fantasy Island because they were changing the branding. It's got the old logo on. So yeah, it's quite a nice one that I've got there. Unfortunately, the signage itself, I don't like what it says. Due to high winds, we're unable to operate this ride. I think you can all guess what ride that's about. Let me know down in the comments, but I think you'll guess. Just down here, we've got an Alton Towers water park sign. You've got the different height restrictions for some of the rides in the park. So I didn't really get why this one was there. And that's probably why they removed this sign. So yeah, with this, it was at the water park, but it had height restrictions for the park. So yeah, as you can see, Nemesis Subterra, rest in peace. Ripsaw, rest in pieces. Oh no, Gallopers Carousel, that's been rethemed. Twirling Toadstool, gone. Sonic Spinball, rethemed. Oh, so many changes. The Flume down there, blimey, like, that's a nice one, isn't it? With different bits on. We've got the Frog Hopper just over here as well. This is a nice sign, a nice one in my collection. Of course, with all the different ride restrictions on. Rebecca says that sign was defo for the Odyssey. It was for the Odyssey, or Jubilee Odyssey as it used to be known, at Fantasy Islands. We've got the Bob Sleigh sign just here. This was given to me by Oakwood Theme Park. Great friends down at Oakwood. And yeah, they managed to give me this, which was amazing. So yeah, big thanks to the park for that one. This is quite a rare sign. It says free car parking. And you can just make out the Alton Towers logo through the middle. And yeah, this was actually used during events. So yeah, that was, again, a change of branding. That's why they gave me that sign. This just here is a height requirement board, also from Alton Towers, which has been nicely painted. Do really like that one. They don't really use that branding anymore, but yeah, I am a big fan of that. And just off to the right just here, Tommy Tinkerboo, Sweet Adventure, of course, that used to be a wonderful dark ride that used to be located at the now closed Pleasure Island theme park in Cleethorpes. I'll always remember going there and having a beautiful day because we actually reached 50,000 subscribers and now we're over 250,000 subscribers on the channel. So yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Now I've shown you the signage on the left hand side. Before I show you some more over here on the right and what's above me, a lot of people are asking, where are the mugs? So I think it's time to talk about that. So obviously I've mentioned how I've had to take all the shelves down and move the mugs to actually have more stuff on display in here. I think it's been the right decision, to be honest, to do. And here we go. If we go down here, this is where you can see all the mugs are. So what I've actually done is wrap everything up nicely, as you can see there, in bubble wrap, just to avoid there being any damage. And yeah, all the mugs have actually been just wrapped up there. I've got resins, I've got magnets, key rings, all that stuff. And you know, as much as I would love to have all this stuff on display, I'd much rather have these unique items on display now. If I had the room, of course I'd have it all on display, but I don't. So it's kind of like I've had 8 years now of having everything nicely on display with all the mugs, and I got that much stuff, that all this signage and the bookworm and other bits, that I thought it's about time that I swapped things about and had all this on show. So that is exactly what I did. Someone said that's a lot of mugs. Well, it's not just all them down there. Let me spin you around this way. There you go. We've got loads more mugs down there as well. Loads more boxes of mugs. So there you go. All the way across there. That is all full of mugs. Over 300 mugs. But Peter says, are we the mugs? Well, there you go. There's all the mugs. But it is fantastic that, you know, I've still got all of these. They will be back out on display at some point, but not at the moment. Tell you what, this is a nice nice view of the bookworm just here, kind of looking up. Very mysterious. There we go. Oh, he looks good, doesn't he? I am really pleased about him. You need a bigger place. Honestly, I would love somewhere bigger because I could fill somewhere 4 or 5 times the size of this. Bear in mind, inside the house, I've got a lot of stuff stored as well, you know. So I've got so much stuff, but yeah, it's space. So yeah, all these mugs will be back out at some point, but I'd rather prioritise the signage and everything else at the moment because of space. So there we go. That's the answer to that one. Mike says Mug Park worldwide. Where are you watching from tonight, guys? Let us know in the video comments. Some more signage to look at then down here. We've got a nice frog hopper sign, which is great. You just about make out the frog there at the top as well. And of course the restrictions. Got an early ride time sign. That's a special one really, because that's when I worked at Alton Towers. Again, the branding changed, so they gave me that one. And this is like old school branding from Drayton Manor. I've had this sign for quite a few years now, but there you go. It's all about graffiti. No graffiti at Drayton Manor. You are being filmed. If you deface any section of this attraction, you will be ejected from the park and you will be prosecuted for criminal damage. Signed, DMP. Well, I tell you what, there you go. Drayton Manor have got no stance on graffiti. And to be honest, I agree with them because it does mess up the park, doesn't it? Let's give some shout outs then. We've got John watching tonight from Derbyshire. We've got Oblivion 2014 in Plymouth, 500 miles away from Alton. Oh no, I hope that the video, of course, brings back some memories and hopes you get out to Alton Towers soon. Sarah in Walsall. We've got Jay in Stamford. We've got Liberty Jones in Cannock, Staffordshire. Along with that, Katie said, did I manage to get anything from Loggers Leap at Thorpe Park? Unfortunately not. I didn't get anything from Loggers. Somebody watched in Rugeley, Staffordshire, not far away from us here. Up in Scotland, Jamie's watching. Keith says, would you consider expanding the space or buying a barn shed to store it all? Well, a barn shed. Well, this is actually a barn shed, hence the shape of it. But yeah, I do need something else. I would love to at some point in the near future. But yeah, for now, this will have to do, but we'll see what happens in the near future. Along at the side just here then, this way to the Rat House, which is a nicely damaged sign, damaged intentionally by the dungeons. This was from the To the Street dungeon, hence why it's got a red light shining on it to make it a bit spooky. And of course the fact that we've got the stocks just next to it. But yeah, this is a really nice one. It looks like to me they've got like wheats or sugar puffs or something and then like chucked them at it and glued them onto the sign. Like, look at that. But I've had this sign for what, about 8 years now. And yeah, it's just in exactly the same state. I won't be doing any work to restore that because I like it just as it is. It's nice and authentic, and it still smells like the dungeons as well. Like as soon as you walk into this room, you can smell all sorts of different theme park related smells. It smells a bit of Bubble Works, a bit of Alton Towers, and a bit of the dungeons as well because of things like that. Of course, I've already shown you this sign, but I haven't showed you this one. Attention, please. The following attractions are closed at present. This used to be on the middle tower at the entrance turnstiles to Alton Towers. And yeah, with this one, they actually used to open this up manually and put in the ride close on there, the rides that were shut that day. I tell you what, you wouldn't do it like that these days. If people have got the apps, they've got smartphones, and along with that as well, of course, they've got all the screens up around the park, so they wouldn't really need to do that anymore. Tell us what you think. That's when the horrible branding was in place at Thorpe Park. I mean, look at that. Like, putting things like that around the park certainly wasn't great. Bouncing Bugs just here. Another Alton Towers classic with the big Alton Towers Resort logo on. That's when they were putting the big resort on. I mean, that's huge, isn't it? When you look at, how it was normally, and then they added that as points. But yeah, look at this. There you go. There's a little look at the signage there for that. The height board, you had to be between 1 metre and 1.5 to ride that one. So luckily, you're going to be all right, Mr. Bubbleworks. I think you're, you're all right. You know what? You can go on. That's absolutely fine. Now, this sort of shows really how, over the years, signage has changed, because that entrance, please retain your ticket sign there at the top, was an original sign from Alton Towers. If you look at some of the videos from the 80s, that was there on the walls in the 80s. And then, of course, this was wonderfully hand-painted. Again, these signs I won't be touching. Other than cleaning them, I don't like to do anything. But, yeah, like you look at all this, it's all been painted on. This kind of shows really how, over the years, just not as much care and attention, if you like, gets put into signage at some theme parks. Because, like I say, this was like the modern replacement of that. I mean, there's a different one now, but there you go, just a vinyl sign that's all put around there. So yeah, it kind of shows, doesn't it, that over the years, the overall quality, has changed, which is a shame. But yeah, I do really like this. This item now is amazing, and it's great to have it on display here. Again, I won't be doing any restoration to this. This is a sign from the 80s, of course, at Alton Towers. It's got Aqualand on there, and like I say, it is quite badly damaged at the top. I don't even like touching this one at the top because I don't want to cause any damage. You can also see it's been used at some point when it was Alton Towers chucked on the floor for somebody to use whilst they were doing some painting. Like, that really angers me, the fact that somebody at Alton Towers thought, obviously a worker, thought it was a good idea to get such a historic sign and then actually put it down to do some painting. this exactly why I like to restore this, well, to keep this stuff, you know, in a good condition, because Aqualand, you know, of course, was a really old area at the park. And yeah, I've actually found this in some leaves in a back of house staff area. And it had obviously been used, like I say, for painting, which really does anger me, because it would have been in a better condition if it wasn't for that. And maybe that's what caused all this to kind of come off at the top. But yeah, you know, that is an old Alton Towers sign. That is, you know, probably 35 years old, something like that. You know, I can't really put a date on it, but yeah, it is a fantastic item that I do really like. We've got Tom Morrow watching again. Didn't you record videos with your mugs in the background? I'm confused. So yes, I used to film videos, of course, here with mugs in the background. In fact, the camera used to sit on a shelf kind of over here. And then I used to normally sit about there, and then all that was full of mugs all the way across. And as I've explained throughout the video, you know, I've had to actually box all the mugs up temporarily because I haven't got the space. And yeah, all of that will actually be, you know, coming back at some point in the future. And I've got a bit of an idea what I'd like to do with the mugs actually at some point. So there you go. That's your answer to that one. So I'll look at some more signage then. This is a great one up here. The old Nemesis logo. Now, this used to hang in the Nemesis gift shop. Anybody remember the old Nemesis gift shop that they used to have? And yeah, look at that. Absolutely amazing. It's authentic. It's got a couple of scratches on, but it had those when I first found it. This was actually found stored back of house at Alton Towers. Again, I asked if I could have it, and yeah, you know, so here it is, the old Nemesis logo. Brilliant sign, a little bit damaged, but yeah, I do really like that one, of course, with it being my favourite coaster at Alton Towers. People are getting angry at the person who would obviously use that to just put some paint on. Honestly, it makes me angry too. It really does. But I'm glad that I've managed to preserve it in the best way possible, and it's on display here now as well at the World of Theme Parks. Some more signage to look at, then I got some more items to show you in tonight's stream. Hope that you're all enjoying tonight's merchandise tour so far. And if you haven't already, check out last week's live stream. I did some questions and also spoke about our plans for 2021 as well. So anybody remember when Alton Towers used to have baggage holds? Of course, they removed them on quite a few of the attractions, including over on 13. So that's actually the sign from the baggage hold over on 13 in the Dark Forest. We've got some more just down here. Ghoulish Games, 3 for 2 on all your games just there as well. And this is one of my favourites here, signed by Willy Wonka himself at the top. There we go. Please remain seated, keeping arms and legs inside the boat at all times and no splashing. This is, of course, from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the ride that used to be at Alton Towers. It's now the dungeon. It's a shame, really, because, you know, the ride could have been fantastic. But, yeah, I do really like this one. I've actually got 3 different ones of these, but still haven't got the room to put them all on display. But, yeah, that's a nice sign there from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the ride. There we go. Alton Towers prize challenge just there as well. It's quite a nice one. There we go. Do you recognise this? What that's from? So there we go. If you've been to Food Loop at Europa Park or the roller coaster restaurants at Alton Towers, that's what they send drinks down in. So yeah, this one had been a little bit damaged, so it was given to me because you know, it no longer was functional. But yeah, that's quite a nice one. What I'm thinking is at some point when I've got a bit more space is actually making my own little track for this, because all I really need is like some PVC pipe or something that could go clip around that. And then I can start sending drinks down into the World of Theme Park. So that is something that I'm looking at doing in the future. So yeah, I'll have to see. But if you want to see what it's like to actually ride one of those, but if you're a can of Coke at the roller coaster restaurant going down, you know, then if you check out a video that I put on the channel, I think it was last year now, I actually attached a GoPro onto one of these and sent it down from the roller coaster restaurant with permission, of course. And yeah, check out that one. It's a good POV actually here on the channel. Thanks to Charlotte for buying me this little beauty down here. Nice little model, 3D printed, the boat there from Valhalla. There you go, Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Closed again this year, unfortunately, but I look forward to getting back on there and getting absolutely soaked at some point in the future. So, blimey, 47 minutes in. Thank you so much for everybody who's watching us tonight. We've still got some more merchandise that I'm going to show you. Again, I know there's a few comments that people have said, oh, show us some more of the bookworm. So I'll show you a few more angles of the bookworm just here so that you can see him. Because like I say, you know, he's back in action in here. He's standing up. It's nearly nearly a year since we started doing the restoration now. So I'm really pleased, actually. You know, the fact that, you know, we've actually got him inside now and protected. As much as he was always outside at Alton Towers, it's nice to have him inside. We've painted him all up. It's nice to know that things aren't going to get damaged and start fading in the sunlight and all that sort of stuff. You know, he's nicely restored just in here, and he looks great. I am really pleased with him and how he's looking. So yeah, if you haven't already, check out the series that we did on the Bookworm, that 5-part series last year. But yeah, he's looking really good. He's really happy. There's a little look down at his mouth here, and of course his massive nose, what comes down. This of course is all made of rubber. Like you know, it feels really like it pushes in. You see that? Yeah, like it's amazing. Like I say, that part of the front was made rubber because he used to bend forwards and tip. But, you know, all that, of course, had to be replaced because it was fully damaged. And, yeah, you know, it was never going to move forward anymore because of all the animatronics that Alton Towers had actually took out of him. But no, I am really pleased just to have him in here. It's like the arms. These aren't fiberglass either. And this pushes, you know, it's like a rubber, what they've got there. He's got a massive nose. Well, he has. Like, the nose is massive. Like, you look at compared to the palm of my hand there. The whole head is huge. That's why he wasn't on last week, and that's why, of course, the magnifying glass wasn't, and also the book. You know, we took them off because we needed to lift it into place. And here's a little look at the hole that we've dug out again. Like I say, there's a video coming on the channel tomorrow, so check that one out, where you're going to see me with a wheelbarrow and moving out the hole. Now, a lot of you might be thinking it's quite heavy. How have we got it into the hole? So I'm actually going to explain that now. So the hole isn't actually just that size. It's also here as well. So can you see a mark around the edge just there where we've cut the floor, the vinyl flooring? So what we've actually done is we've built a ramp in the floor. So it's kind of on that sort of angle. So what we've done is actually cut the floor out here as well, and then built a ramp down. So it means that when we need to get him out at some point, when he moves to a bigger location, hopefully, we'll actually be able to, of course, take the head off, take the book off, take the magnifying glass off, so it's just the body, and then we can actually push from the back up the ramp just here. Someone said, is that the real Bookworm from Storybook Land? It is definitely from Storybook Land. It's not been made. He is genuine. Alton Towers had chucked him on the floor. They were going to be getting rid of him. They didn't care for him at all, so I've managed to keep him. But yeah, so that's a little bit of an explanation about this for you, because a lot of people are probably thinking, how did we get him down into that hole? Did we just kind of lift him and drop him in? Way too heavy for that. So yeah, we've built this ramp. So it's very cleverly done. And then we've literally just screwed the floor back in and put the vinyl down now. Just of course, so we can actually still maneuver about in here as well. So there you go. That's a nice little nice little one for you there. Just thought I'd mention that, just so of course anybody who's watching is interested about how we can get it in, how we can get him out. Luke saying call him Dave. He's just the Bookworm, aren't you, Mr. Bookworm? That's all you're going to be. But I do love him to bits, and it's so nice to have a piece of Alton Towers history, part of my childhood, just on display here. It really is. So right, should we have a look at some more items just over here then? There we go. We got some wood just here. This was on sale by Alton Towers, of course. Some of the wood for Secret Weapon 8, of course, Wicker Man. And then as you can see here, this wonderful fella, I did mention him actually last week in the live stream, last Friday night, but I didn't pick him up because, like I say, I had the camera actually on a tripod, so I couldn't really move it. But this guy was actually custom made for us by the creative team at F-Telling in the Netherlands, and he's amazing. It's Long Neck, he's called, and his neck actually stretches up. There he is. And yeah, his neck actually stretches up. So with this, they actually made us one because they knew that we loved him, me and Charlotte. We've always loved him in the videos, and the guy who works in their team, of course, who makes all the different items for the park, he loves the videos, and he took us on an amazing behind the scenes tour. Honestly, thank you so much for F-Telling for that. And yeah, he gave us this. He said, oh, at the end of the tour, I'm going to give you something. And we went on this tour, and then he just had to finish it, so we carried on around the park, and then he actually made that for us. As Charlotte says there, he's so perfect. We love Long Neck, and really special because F-Telling's a beautiful part, one that we love, and the fact that so many of the staff there love the channel is amazing. I see a goat. Yes, that's Willis the Goat. I spoke about him earlier. He's having his horn fixed just there at the moment, but he'll be back in working order again soon. He'll be looking good again, won't he? That's Willis the Goat, as we've called him. But yeah, how amazing of F-Telling. You can't buy that. It's a money can't buy item. And honestly, I really do appreciate the part for that. This one is a money that can buy item though. This is from Aventura, Angor, which is the splash battle. Just really liked that. I thought that's a nice big item. We've got some wood there from Woden Timber Coaster. Europa Park, Heidi the ride there as well over at Plopsaland, and another piece just next to it there from Woden as well. Let's have a little move up just here. Got some chain there. That's from Steeplechase at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, just over there. And then, of course, over here, anybody remember Excalibur that used to be at the wonderful Drayton Manor? So many great rides have been removed, unfortunately, for Drayton Manor, but I'm really hoping for a brighter future under the new owners. I really do hope so. But yeah, who remembers Excalibur? Yeah, this little guy's from Excalibur just here. So yeah, there you go. That's from there. This is a nice genuine heater now coming up next. Somebody's just mentioned it in the comments. This heater just here is from B&M Bargains. There you go. Not B&M. Not B&M the ride manufacturer, from B&M Bargains. And I don't have a clue where it was from, but there you go. Somebody said nice heater. There it is, nice heater. Even it should turn on. There we go. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I've turned the plug off, but there you go. Got a nice heater down there as well. Right, let's go down here, shall we? Right, let's have a look at this. So we've got a couple of different Intamin items here. Call the heater Dave, someone said. Oh, you never know. So the chair at the back is actually from Apocalypse, the Intamin giant drop located at Drayton Manor. Now, that's what the seat is from. I've actually got one of the stand-up, well, I've got to call it a stand-up seat, even though you don't really sit in it, but part of the backrest, that's it, the backrest, should we say, to Apocalypse. These got replaced a few years ago. They were given to me by the park, and yeah, really appreciate that. So, no, really am pleased with the seats that I've got. And with this, it's actually a restraint, an Intamin restraint from Colossus at Thorpe Park. The restraints were changed and I managed to get this. So yeah, I've had this for many years. In fact, this is one of the first items that I got that is like a money can't buy item from the park. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I managed to get that. So as much as that doesn't really belong attached to that, it just nicely stores next to each other, doesn't it, like that? So that's kind of why I've put that like that over on the side. Still loads of you watching tonight, 54 minutes in. Thank you very much for everybody who is watching. There we go. One of the best family coasters out there then is a good Zero Tivoli, isn't it? Everybody loves a good Zero Tivoli. This is a nice restraint here from the Treetops coaster located at Oakwood Theme Park in Wales. So yeah, there we go. We've got a nice restraint there, of course, from that nice lap bar. And in the background there, you can just see Monopoly. It's actually Alton Towers Resort Edition Monopoly in the background there. Charlotte loves a bit of Monopoly. I'm sure we'll play the Alton Towers Edition at some point. At least I can easily guess it now, just in the top there. If I need to get anything out of these, I've just got to take, of course, these bits off the top and just remove these bits of wood. These bits of wood were some of the old shelves, actually, that the mugs used to be on. But I thought these will just lean nicely on the top here, of course, whilst I put some of my other items up on the top. Right then, who loves a good wooden roller coaster? Of course, the Grand National at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Fantastic wooden coaster. And there you go. Yeah, we've got a nice restraint here from the Grand National. Great ride. And yeah, it's nice to have that. It's very heavy. Like when you're pulling these down, you don't realise how heavy they are because, of course, you've got this whole section, what's hidden away into the actual workings of it. But yeah, really heavy there with the Grand National restraint. Oh, I actually struggle to pick it up with one hand. I'm not very strong. Down here, we've got a selection of different wheels from different rides. So I'll sort of go through a few of these, shall we? So the one on the left-hand side there, that is actually like a drive wheel, as they're known, from a B&M coaster. It could either be used on the likes of Nemesis or Air, as it used to be known at Alton Towers. With this one, I believed it was used on Air. And yeah, as you can see, you've actually got some of the old Air paint colour there as well. It's still the same colour, but it's very faded now. But yeah, so this isn't actually from the trains themselves, or the crafts as they are on Air, or Galactica as it's known now. These are actually what are, to power the train round to the lift hill from the station or on the brake run. That's what that's from just there. Who else have we got watching tonight? We've got Andrew Evans. Thank you very much for your support, Andrew. Wow, what an awesome room full of merchandise from other theme parks and liking the streams. Also, will you be going to Winter Wonderland in Saudi Arabia to see the Beast and Air Max 360? Well, you never know. We'll have to see if this coaster ends up getting built over there. This one that's supposed to be the world's, record-breaking coaster. Tallest, fastest, longest, whatever it's going to be. If it ends up getting built, we'll go over there, I'm sure, and do it at some point in the near future. But we'll have to see about that one. But thank you very much for your donation tonight. Really do appreciate it. And, you know, anybody that has donated any money in these streams, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. It all goes into like fueling up the cars and all that kind of stuff for getting out there to the parks, because it's not cheap to do what we do, especially on a regular basis. But we love it. You know, me and Charlotte love it, and we can't wait to be back in the parks again soon. Do you have anything from Camelot? Yes, I've already shown this one, but yeah, we've got the entrance sign there. That's from the diesel powered coaster. And also up there, that's from Nightmare. Transfer brake open before reducing the brake. I like how that's underlined as well. Got a few more wheels just down here as well. We got this from the Swarm just there on the left-hand side at Thorpe Park. One of the side wheels there. This is an interesting one. Just down here, I'll show you this. This is really heavy. This is a piece of cable that was given to me by Oakwood Theme Park in Wales. And yeah, it's actually from Bounce, which is their Huss shot and drop tower, what they've got. They've actually been doing some replacement work on there. And yeah, that's exactly what that's from. So yeah, that's from Bounce, of course, down at Oakwood. So many things, isn't there? Honestly, I've got so much stuff in here, but I hope that you're enjoying this tour tonight. Still a few more items that I'm going to show you before we wrap up tonight's live stream here from the world of theme parks. Where you're watching from tonight, let us know down in the live chat. I would love to know, I really would. Got a few more signs to show you then at the top just here now. A thank you for not smoking in the queue line sign. That's from Thorpe Park, like the Thorpe Park Rangers style signage there with the blue, the yellow, and of course the orange on there as well. We've got Ryan watching in Manchester tonight. Who else we got? Colorado watching tonight. Aaron's in Scotland. Who else we got? Ben in Seattle tonight. Thank you for watching. We've got TY. Couldn't think of a better way to spend Friday night than looking at Shawn's worm. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your support. And thank you for watching. We've got Fleetwood J. Keep up your amazing work and dedication. Honestly, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. This was a gift from my team that I worked with at Alton Towers. Of course, the last team I worked with, I did many things there, but the last team I worked with was in admissions. And of course, at the time, they were demolishing all of the entrance plaza. And this is one of the old iconic signs. It's the kiosk open and kiosk closed sign. So there we go. We can actually hook that back up. There we go. The kiosk is now closed. No more tickets on sale at the moment. No more tickets. There you go. And of course, I've already spoke about the signage just there at the side. Somebody says we show some more wheels. So yeah, I'll show you some more of the wheels just down here as well. There you go. It's a Gerstlauer wheel just over here. There we go. It's from Speed, this one. Oakwood. Speed No Limit. There we go. And then, of course, you got some other ones just here. This one, I believe, is from their water ride Drenched. You got some smaller ones. These run on like the little Zero Tivolis. These things do. Like, they don't look much, do they? But yeah, these run on like a Zero Tivoli coaster, kind of where this lap bar's from. But crazy, isn't it? Like, you just expect them to have more. But there you go. That's what they run on. There we go. This one just here is from Revolution at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So yeah, they'll show you that one. Very heavy, some of these wheels, of course, you know, because they've got to hold the weight of the trains and all the riders on there. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. But there you go. Someone said, will I ever add sound back to the Bookworm? Well, yes, I am looking at putting in a speaker system, especially now he's in here, and having the audio and sort of playing for him, maybe on like a push button or something along them lines. That's the plan at some point in the future. Along with that as well, we can actually move the eyes, and also his eyelids can open and close, because we've managed to clear some space out in the back of his head to actually put some sort of mechanism in. So at some point in the future, we will look at doing that. So yeah, you know, at the moment we've got so many projects ongoing. I want to try and fix up some of the other bits first, like finish the goat and the bubble man and a few other bits. But yeah, there's more that we can do to the Bookworm if we want to in the future, and that's the beauty of it. But I'm just really pleased that he's now on display here. Some people still saying, is he real? Is he the actual one? Yes, he is. Like, you can see the full restoration process and how we found him at Alton Towers and how he was when I first got him back here, you know, and the fact that it took us so long to actually get on with it and do the work. I wish we'd done it years ago now, but to be honest, you know, it was a massive job, and the fact that we had the lockdown last year was the perfect time to actually do that. We got Ben watching from Durham tonight, and along with that, we got Fiery Dave. Loved the video, Shawn. Being a fan since discovering you about 4 years ago. Met you at Pleasurewood Hills when Express opened. Look to the great work. Thank you very much for your support. Really do appreciate it. But I'm going to spin you all back round now. There we go. You see me. That's it. But there you go. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed seeing all around my merchandise here at the World of Theme Parks. And I say merchandise, it's more memorabilia now. I used to say, oh, come and join us for a merchandise tour, because it was just mugs and them sort of things, which are great. Don't get me wrong. I love theme park mugs, but it's so much better having all this stuff on display now, the unique items. I started off collecting, of course, the theme park mugs and memorabilia that I bought from the parks, and then over the years, as the channel's grown, I've met more people, more friends, more contacts, people who of course donated things to my collection, and that's how you know, I'm standing here today in my garden shed that is absolutely wonderful with so much. I call it the World of Theme Parks. It is just a garden shed, but it's had a complete refurbishment over the past few weeks, and you know what, I am really pleased with how it's come together. I really am. So there you go. We'll have a little bit longer in the live stream before we go, another 5 minutes or so before I wrap up for this evening. Got a busy couple of days coming up, of course, in terms of videos. There's going to be this one coming tomorrow, all about digging the hole out. So you might have seen the end result tonight, so to speak, but it was a full day's job. It was a full 10-hour day to dig all the soil out of that and take it out in a wheelbarrow and put it all together. So yeah, that was it was hard to do, but it was definitely worth it. Someone says, have a drink, Shawn. You know what? I'm going to right now. Not an alcoholic drink, just a little... there we go. I've not had one yet all stream. I've been going for 63 minutes and not even had some orange. So I'm going to have some. Here we go. Well, that's good. That's really good. Fantastic. But there you go. Someone said, have I got anything from American Adventure? John has asked. Unfortunately not. I haven't got anything from the American Adventure. I would love to get something from there in the future, but it all depends if somebody was going to donate something maybe in the future. Leo said, saw your weight loss journey on Insta. Proud of you. Thank you. Yes, I've actually lost just over 2 stone since November when the parks closed. I really wanted to get into a better shape for this season, and yeah, I've lost over 2 stone. So I'm really pleased. Thank you for your support. Really do appreciate it. If you want to see things away from theme parks and more about my personal life, I do post quite a bit over on Instagram, over at Shawn Sandbrook. So you can give me a follow there, and also give Charlotte a follow too at Charlotte's TPW. Matthew says, anything from Fantasy Island? Yes, got this weather notice sign. Just over here from Fantasy Island. That used to be over on the Odyssey. Of course, the signage is all backwards now because I've flipped the camera around the other way. But there you go. Ryan says, I've got an American Adventure sign, but it's not for sale. Don't you worry about it. As long as it's in a good condition and you're looking after it, that's all that matters to me. Whether I've got it here at the World of Theme Parks, an item, or whether it's just preserved somewhere, that's all that means to me. It's so nice to just to know that it's been looked after and things just haven't been chucked away. You know, that's the main thing for me. I hate it when things just get chucked away. Oliver says, love going to Alton Towers. Well, we do too. We can't wait to be back at Alton Towers very soon. Favourite Six Flags park is definitely Six Flags Magic Mountain. Do really like Magic Mountain. German Funfair has asked, have I got anything from Phantasialand? No, I haven't. Most things that I've got really are from UK parks. Other than a couple of bits, like I said, the F-telling item was brilliant, what I've got. But yeah, I haven't got anything else really from the foreign parks, you know. Adam says, buy a log flume boat. Well, I've had opportunities to in the past, but unfortunately, I haven't got the space. I could have had a pirate adventure boat, log flume, loads of other items that I've missed out on, but I just haven't got the space at the moment, but maybe one day in the future. Favourite German park? Oh, it's tough, but I do really like Europa Park. I'd say the best. And then I would say, you know, Phantasialand. You know, I do love Phantasialand. Great British Attractions has said, you're like the RSPCA for theme park signs. Brilliant. Well, I try my best, you know, and the RSPCA do a fantastic job. But yeah, I try my best to you know, look after the signage the best I can do. Do you think the Flamingo Land coaster will open this year? Yes, I do think it'll open. Maybe not at the start of the season, but I do think that it will open at some point in the future. Any more questions tonight? We're going to wrap it up in just a few minutes, guys. So thank you very much to anybody who's joined us tonight, but I will have a few more questions. Scott has said, will you be going to Paulton's Park on the 12th of April? Yes, that will be our first park, Paulton's Park. Can't wait for Tornado Springs. I'm really looking forward to that. What else we got tonight? Virtual hug coming in tonight from Valentina and everybody over in Italy. There we go. Hopefully me and Charlotte will come to Gardaland, Mirabilandia or Movieland in the future. Thanks for keeping us company. Thank you for your support over in Italy. Really do appreciate it. Wow, loads of questions coming in. Hannah, favourite US park? Love the Disney parks. Love Cedar Point. Like, can't choose. I do really enjoy them all. Sam, will you go back to America? Definitely will go back to America, hopefully later this year, but we'll just have to see what happens, won't we? You know, when it comes to travel at the moment. When are we going to Alton Towers? It'll be within the first few days of the season. There'll be plenty of updates coming on social media, so stay tuned for that. Ryan, where is the Nemesis poster that we see in the videos? Not in here. That is actually over in my studio. So this is no longer a film studio, if you like. It's not set up with the lighting to be a studio or anything, even though it looks great with the themed lighting. It's not the best when it comes to filming videos in here daily anymore. So I actually have a studio somewhere else now where I do that filming. That's where the wall is, that's where I've got all the posters, and then this is a completely separate museum now, if you like. This is all set up as a museum, not as a studio, and that's kind of allowed me as well to have more space. If this was still the place where I did my filming on a regular basis, I wouldn't have been able to have the bookworm there, because the camera used to go sort of here. If you watch some of the older videos, the weekly news shows that we used to do on the channel, the camera would always kind of go over here, and that would be in the background. There also used to be a window over there, like block that window, and it completely covered over that too. All these things that we've done. Hannah says, what am I doing this weekend? Well, tomorrow I've actually got my COVID-19 vaccination coming tomorrow. So that's a step forward. So that's coming up tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Is that the right word to say? It's a step in the right direction, isn't it? You know, which I'm really pleased about. So yeah, I'm really grateful to be able to have that tomorrow. Favourite ride at Port Aventura? Oh, I absolutely love Shambhala. Absolutely fantastic. Love Chamois Bee so much. It's a great ride. Coming to Cedar Point this year. I'd like to come to Cedar Point, but we're just going to have to see what happens. Somebody else has asked favourite ride in the world. Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point that I absolutely love. Love Steel Vengeance. It's a great ride. Do I have anything from Pleasurewood Hills? No, not as far as I do actually. No, I don't have anything from Pleasurewood Hills. I'd like to in the future. When is the flat ride video? It is coming. As you can see, I've been working hard lately, but yeah, it is coming at some point in the future. What's up, Shawn? Somebody says, well, what's up to you? I hope that you've enjoyed tonight's stream. Last couple of questions. We're nearly at 70 minutes, so we're going to wrap up for your Friday evening for tonight here on Theme Park Worldwide. Favourite British theme park? Oh, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, I love, but also, of course, Alton Towers as well. We go. What else we got coming in? One more question tonight. One more question. What have we got coming in? Do you still have the prints I gave you back in November? It was great to meet you. Yes, I do, Gina. I've got them up in my indoor collection. So basically anything that's paper or cardboard doesn't get stored in here because it's technically still a garden shed. As much as it's well insulated and warm in here, I've got my B&M heater, you know. But yeah, anything that's paper, just to stop any damp or damage, that's kept inside in my indoor collection, which is also huge. I've got boxes and boxes of theme park maps and signage and like paper signage and all sorts. Honestly, there's so much stuff, there really is. Honestly, I've got so much, but one day I might have the space to have a bigger place to have all this on show. I really do hope so. But there you go. That's all for this evening's live stream. 70 minutes. I'm going to let you all enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. And thank you very much for joining me for another live stream. Of course, a big thank you to Charlotte, who's been doing a wonderful job down in the video comments for the past 70 minutes. So thank you very much to Charlotte for that. My wonderful girlfriend, and of course, who helps out so much with the channel and all the messages. She does an absolutely amazing job. She really does. So thank you very much, Charlotte. We've got a one last super chat coming in from Andrew Evans. Thank you honestly so much. It really does mean the world to us that you enjoy the channel so much, and we can't wait to be back in the park soon. So there we go. Have an absolutely wonderful weekend. There's 1 month to go until the vlogs from the parks are going to be starting up again. If you're missing the vlogs though, then check out the bike ride that I put on a couple of days ago. Had a great cycle ride around Alton Towers, so check that out as part of my daily exercise, of course. People have said, oh, how's your exercise when it's an electric bike? It only helps out on the hills and stuff, really. I do actually pedal all the way too, I promise, definitely. But there you go, check that out if you haven't already seen it. But vlogs will resume soon. Me and Charlotte are going to be filming a video together in the next couple of weeks as well, so stay tuned for that one. I know you're all missing Charlotte. We'll be filming a video, not a live stream, but a pre-recorded video in the near future. And then of course she'll be back in the vlogs from the first few days of the season. Then it'll be a mix of I'll be at the parks, then me and Charlotte, and then me again, and all the way through. So I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, it's going to be great. So have an absolutely amazing weekend. Thank you for joining me, and of course the Bookworm here from the refurbished world of theme parks. If you enjoyed the Bookworm, I hope that you've liked it. Thank you so much. If you enjoy our channel, then keep watching our videos every single day. Honestly, your support really does mean the world to us. It really does. We're going to be back in the parks before we know it, and we can't wait. Sharing the love to all of you. Stay safe, everyone. Lockdown is coming to the end soon, and you know what? Things are going to get better. It's a tough time for all of us at the moment, but things will get better. I promise you, we're not far away now. We can get through this. We can do this, and life will return to normal again soon. Stay positive, stay strong. Love you all, and see you all soon. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there when we can, and keep on riding. See you all.